with Padma Shri Jadav's wife, an environmental activist. Jadav Pai, an environmental activist and forestry worker from Majuli, popularly known as the Forest Man of India. Over the course of several decades, he has planted and tended trees on the sandbar of the mighty Brahmaputra, turning it into a forest reserve. Gaurav Talukdar, a Green Hub alumni, will be in conversation with Jadav Payam during this session. But before we begin the session, I'd like to we have a special film screening called The Forest Man by William Douglas McMaster. So we'll do that first and then we'll have the session.
In the remote northeast of India. I suppose Jorhat is not really that different from any other city in India. People here work very hard. They keep their heads down and push ahead. They don't look back. Life here is difficult for some and even more difficult for others. My name is Jitu Kalida, and Jorhat is where I was born and where I live. It's located just outside of Jorhat. This is my nephew. He's suspicious of cameras. But mostly I'm a photographer. I love photographing nature. I take shots of the beautiful birds and wildlife that live in our part of India. In my house, I keep some of my photography books, but I would like to show them off. A few kilometers north of Jorhat lies one of the largest rivers in India, the Brahmaputra. Millions of people live along its shores. Every year, during the monsoon, the river floods everything inside, destroying homes and farms, and eroding away hundreds of square kilometers of land. One of the most affected areas is Majuli Island. Majuli is the world's largest river island, and it's home to over 150,000 people. Since 1970, Majuli has lost over half its landmass to erosion. And the rate of erosion has recently accelerated. This is the Majuli Island. Since I was a child, Majuli has been a place of wonder for me. Once I ran away from home and came here. I spent days exploring and drawing pictures of the plants and animals. To me, Majuli is heaven. Scientists recently announced that in 15-20 years, Majuli Island could be completely gone. The place where I did with my photos. One day in 2009, I was exploring a barren part of the Brahmaputra by boat when I saw something strange. It looked like a forest far in the distance. I began walking towards it, and when I reached it, I couldn't believe my eyes. I had found a dense forest in the middle of the barren wasteland. When I left the forest, I saw a man far in the distance, so I began following him. I found him by the riverside. At first, he thought I was a poacher and tried to attack me, but he stopped when I told him I was just a photographer. I asked him what he was doing in the forest. He explained that he was planting trees and that he had been since the 1970s. He told me his name was Jadav Paink. দ্বিতীয়বারে কেন বলছি পড়াই করতে যাওয়ার পরে পরে করতে পারবো পড়াই কিন্তু কারণে বলছি মধ্যে কখনো distaccato che perdere il problema del disability course, non doveva passare nelle piedi per i sapere. When I discovered the Java finding in his forest, I wrote an article about it in the local newspaper. Soon after, he became known throughout India. We are now very good friends. মানে প্রথম মানে জীবনে বইয়া লিখছে জীবন I was looking at some people like Mama Fire. This is the horseman's home on Matli Island. Every morning, the horseman's family helps him prepare for his journey to the forest. Itu saya apa itu yang assembly question. Itu kalau tulisannya kurikulum. এই কারণে আপনি মই কৈছো এতিয়া মানে আগত যদি অলপমান দেৰি হৈছে এতিয়া পতাপত কৰিব পৰা ব্যৱস্থাটো আছে যিটো গুটি সংগ্ৰহটো ইয়াৰ পৰা লৈ পায়
Tengo por 30 saya mungkin orang mereka tu apa lagi guru lagi mana apa lagi guru itu tak tapi bukan itu korban boleh boleh itu itu yang kaki lagi yang korban mau korban itu yang kita nabi korban apa orang yang buat tapi kita harus tinggal korban orang mungkin bahkan বিভিন্ন সংস্কৃতির পক্ষে এই উপর কবুলি বিভিন্ন প্রকার ছড়া সেই কারণে প্রাণীদের জীবনবিদ্যা বা মানবিক পদার্থের থেকে জীবনবিদ্যা রাখি যায় নামে পদার্থ দিকে একটু চেষ্টা করে আবার হাতে গিয়ে যায় আমি তো এটা
He's been honored in Nepal City. Buying has won dozens of awards for his incredible achievements. But I think he feels frustrated by getting awards. That's right, listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but their application has been rejected each time. Buying has been